Hello, everyone. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, boys and girls? We are back with the Footy Fantasy Podcast. Comes to you every Sunday at 3 p.m. ish Eastern Time, and 2 p.m. Central Time, and whatever time it is where Ola is at right now.
This time here is like what's time?
8.
7 past 8 over here,
Okay.
but it's still time. That's still not sufficient enough for me to be sleepy and not to be happy since yesterday. it's still enough time for me to be angry.
Look, as soon as when you logged on, I saw the steam coming out of your ears. I'm like, this one is about to unload. Now, to everyone who's watching or who's going to join in, there will be an opportunity to call in. I'm going to post the call-in link into the chat in a minute. And you have about 3 minutes to say a piece, and then we'll kick you out the studio. But we have this podcast that comes to every Sunday, and we have a YouTube channel, and we are at Footy Fantasy. On Twitter, we are at Footy AD Fantasy, and on Instagram, it is Fantasy Footy. If you enjoy any of these videos, give us hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share these videos. We usually have like compressed versions, like highlights / summaries of these videos that would take no more than 8, 9, 10 minutes to watch. So if you can't catch us live, there will be summaries posted later on. Maybe like tomorrow or Tuesday. Anyway, we're gonna dive straight in, and I have here with me our resident Kloppites, our resident Liverpool supporter.
Oh man,
Like Ola, who you know what? I usually don't feel sorry for Liverpool fans, but bruv, I don't even feel sorry for you. I'm just like this is one of those things where I respect your rage. I respect your anger. If I was in the same position, bro, I'd be flipping tables. So let's just go ahead and start off with the how do we even call it? The contraption that was yesterday. I didn't watch the game, so first give us like a quick, tactical breakdown of what happened in terms of like football on the pitch, and then you can controversial decision.
Yeah, it was end to end to start off with. High tempo, both teams going for it. It was looking like the basketball game, like, oh, we attack, you attack, you attack, we attack. That's what made it, for the neutral, that's what made it fascinating. That 25 minutes in, it looked like this kind of game that's going to be exciting all the way. Like both teams are going on the attack, pressing, counter pressing, all of that.
Yeah.
So Spurs, to be honest, I think lost in the midst of all the controversies. That Spurs actually played well too.
Mm-hmm.
They played well. I think their bench is not strong enough. I like the coach, and I think I tipped them to finish top 4. I think what's going to probably hold them back is if Son is not scoring, who's going to get the goals for them?
Yeah.
Because Richarlison is not a proper goal scorer. He's not going to score many goals. And it showed yesterday because they ran out of ideas when Son went missing after the goal, after he scored, and it went 11v10. By that time, Liverpool were still marking them.
Did Son get a red card or something?
No, he didn't get a red card. He just like the spaces got congested because after they scored, Liverpool equalized just before halftime. And at that stage, it was already the first red card was 25 minutes into the game. So when Liverpool kept attacking, even though we had the man down, but then when we equalized, Liverpool started sitting back, and for Son, that's not the optimal position.
Not a lot of space to work with.
Not exactly. So Son disappeared off the radar more or less. In fact, I actually thought they are taking him off. Even at full time, I was like, wow, this man is still on the pitch. Yeah, because I rarely heard anything about Son in the second half. So I know you're asking about the tactical stuff. So at 10v11, there was the spaces got tightened up. They forced Alisson into a couple of great saves in the second half. And at 10v11, you still have the impression that Liverpool actually could still win it because we're still creating chances. Like we're not attacking constantly, but we're still getting in there, you know. And what was a bit painful was we're about to bring Darwin noodles on to come and cook some noodles. Yeah, we were about to bring it on just before the second red card, and that was what really turned the game because he was even stripped. He was ready. It was just about to come on, and then Jota got that second red card, and that's
Do you have any complaints about either of the red cards?
Oh, man, where do you want me to start from? Let me take off my glasses first. Let me wipe my eyes and shine my eyes well. Like, seriously, where do you want me to start from? I don't want to go raging straight into the officiating. And the first thing I want to do is I want to appreciate the sentiment you expressed at the beginning of the show, because this is the sentiment I've seen from many United fans, Chelsea fans, other fans, except Arsenal fans. And I'm going to go in hard on Arsenal fans today. And I'm sure you appreciate that. Like what you said at the beginning, I resonate with. As a football fan, of course, you as a United fan, you will laugh at it. Like, oh, Liverpool lost to that last minute, but you still appreciate the rage. You because you're putting yourself in my shoe and thinking, oh, if that happened to United, you too will be raging. But for many Arsenal fans, what they were doing yesterday was like, why are you guys complaining? Why are you guys complaining? You said Arsenal fans had no you guys complain, and that's one of the pointers that showed why Arsenal fans are the most dislikable fans we have in that forum.
In the league, yes.
They lack awareness. Their reaction is very pathetic sometimes. So that's what they were all doing. It's not all, okay, to be fair, not all. Some of them did empathize, but many of them, they were just coming in with like, oh, but it's only Arsenal fans that are supposed to complain about referees. Why you guys? And that's not the point. The point is not that we shouldn't complain about referees. My point was always Arsenal fans pretend as if the conspiracy is only against them. Exactly. That's what we laugh at. We're like, okay, all of us suffer from it. All of us suffer from it. Why are you guys pretending as if you're special? Oh, the referees are only against you guys. That's what we complain about.
Arsenal fans genuinely believe that the committee of referees have annual conferences and they decide to hate Arsenal for every season.
Yes,
it happens.
They genuinely believe it. They genuinely believe there's a conspiracy that somebody sitting somewhere just killing them with bad decisions. And that's what was that's added to my rage yesterday. Because I was just like, what's wrong with these people? Is that the first? And what even made it funnier was, this is Spurs, your not London rivals, and you are happy that they got 3 points with contentious decisions. Yeah. Like, how do you process that, Arsenal fans? They were just ridiculous. Their reaction was ridiculous. Like, they didn't even see, like, in answer to your question, the first red card, Gary Neville, this is how you know. Gary Neville was adamant from beginning of that incident, even after the match finished. He said, that's not a red card. That's never a red card.
Oh, wow.
He kept talking about, because it's debatable, because he went for the ball, his studs went on the ball, but he slipped off the ball and then went into his shin. So it was not even a lunge. It was not like, oh, he went lunging. It's like he stretched for it. He went at full speed, stretching for it. So his studs slipped off the top of the ball, and the referee actually saw it and gave him a yellow card. So that's what made it worse. The referee was like, oh, that's fine, that's a yellow card. VAR called the referee. Guy, that's not a yellow card. Go and when he went to the screen to make it on the screen,
what happens?
But they didn't even show the video. At the beginning, they just showed the still image of the stud going to the. So they didn't show the full context of the challenge at the beginning. So when the referee got to the VAR screen, that's what was there for like the first 10 seconds. They just showed the still image. So of course the referee just changed his mind and said, okay, that's a red card. And that was already. Then the second red card, Jota got a yellow card for virtually doing nothing. He was running back. Overdue was also running back, and Overdue tripped. And next thing, referee gave Jota yellow card. And it was a non-exit, it was just a rubbish yellow card. And I think Jota, he was still riled up by that. 1 minute later, he jumps into a tackle, which is a valid one. That one, second one was definitely valid. But the first yellow card led to the second yellow card, and he got 2 red cards.
Yeah.
The offside decision, where do I even start from? Because even when we're watching, even Gary Neville, that's the thing. Funny thing, Gary Neville at the end, it's like you echoed the same sentiments Gary Neville was saying. Because when I was watching his interview at the end, it was like, He said, I'm going soft. He said, as a United fan, I'm going soft. Why am I feeling sorry for him? Because he couldn't believe it. He said, like, why am I feeling sorry for Liverpool? Because he couldn't even, because watching it live, you could see that was no offside. And they didn't draw the lines. In 10 seconds, they finished. That was the first suspicious thing. You know, normally when they check these offside decisions, they'll take 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes. Mm-hmm. Less than 10 seconds, check was complete. And they didn't draw any lines and they just said offside. What's going on here? Now, let me not rant and be. I don't want to fall into the camp of people thinking, oh, it's a conspiracy against Liverpool. It's not. These referees are just incompetent. They're not good enough. We've been saying this for years. It's not a Liverpool thing. They've done it to United. They've done it to Chelsea. They've done it to Brighton. Brighton got apology upon apology last season.
They even did it last night. They did it to Arsenal too last season, and they had to apologize.
They did it to Arsenal.
Fired. Somebody got fired last season because of. Didn't one ref get fired?
I'm not sure. I think their punishment is usually like the ones that were involved yesterday. Now they got punished by being dropped for their match today. Okay. They're supposed to. So that's the punishment. They just drop them for one round of fixtures and they bring them back. So that's why they keep messing up, because there's no real punishment. They don't really get fired. Like, they don't lose their jobs on this. Okay, I'm not advocating people should lose their job, but there should be stronger punishments just instead of just dropping them from one match. You know,
it's very, and it bothers you to think that first, this is the pinnacle of professional sports. We're not talking like, you know, high school football, college. No. This is the pinnacle of professional sport. And to think that, you know, you make egregious decisions like that and they come time after time after time, all you're going to do is suspend the ref for maybe one game, right?
Yeah.
Then you investigate, apologize. The statement does not bring back my 1 point or my 1 goal or whatever. It doesn't do that.
It doesn't
do that at all. And look, I think the Premier League really needs to I don't know.
I just quickly give you backdrop now. So the story is coming out now. Now today was that these 2 of the officials that were in VAR, they were in the United Arab Emirates on Thursday.
Yeah, I saw that. On Thursday, right? The Thursday, because you guys played
on Thursday.
Okay.
Less than 48 hours.
So 2 days before yeah.
So they went to the United Arab Emirates probably to referee a game or officiate a game. And then they came back on Friday night, I think. And then they are straight into work on Saturday. Why are they even going to the UAE in the first place? You guys are not even good enough to ref in your own league. What are you going to do in the United Arab Emirates? And one of the things many people have been saying is like you said, this is the top. We say Premier League is the best league, the most competitive league. I think we should. It's at this stage, people should start thinking, why can't they bring in officials from other leagues? Why can't they bring in officials from other leagues?
But you know, there's that. If it's not British, it's not good. So they can't.
Exactly.
They're not bringing
exactly.
That's an admission that they're not good enough. That's an admission.
They won't do it. They won't do it.
Yeah. So, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'll just finish up the game. So when it went 9v11, of course, that was the end because we couldn't bring Darwin Nunes to do the agent of chaos thing. So we just left him on the bench, brought in defenders, brought in like 2 more defenders, went 5 at the back. So it was 5-3-0. Just 5, no attackers. Yeah, it was basically 5-3-0. We couldn't attack anymore. But funnily enough, we still got into their half, even with 9 men. In fact, Salah, that's another very bad decision. Salah was going in on goal. And then the defender fell over because the referee said Salah pulled him. And Salah was angry and the referee just gave Salah a yellow card. And that was like at 5 minutes to go or something. So then the game went towards the end. We're like, okay, let's just hold on for the point. But at that stage, you know, there's so many tired legs, so many tired legs running. So that's why I don't blame Matip for the own goal. Because, man, that guy had done a lot of defending. So by the time the cross came in, I'm sure he wanted to kick it out. He just put it in the top corner, straight in the top corner. Like the way he finished that goal was emphatic finish. Like bang, straight in the top corner. Goal of the month, man. The own goal was like, if I'm not a Liverpool fan, that was an emphatic, sweet own goal to see. Wow. So that's why the game finished 2-1. But I mean, in the midst of all this, let's respect Spurs. Let's give Spurs their flowers. They did well.
I was going to ask you that. So far, you know, people have been kind of putting some respect on Ange Ball. Seeing as you played them yesterday, do you think there's something there? Is Ange Ball, is it a thing? Now that they've played serious teams now. They've played Liverpool. They've played
Arsenal.
They played Arsenal last week. They made United look like children. So is handball a thing in your book?
I think they're living off good vibes. That's the thing. Good vibes, because the manager is positive. In fact, the manager reminds many people of Klopp when Klopp came, before Klopp started turning bitter. That man is full of positive vibes. It's full of, everybody loves him. They love Ange, and that brings something to the club. So you can see many of those players, they've been freed from the shackles of Aram football, of Jose Mourinho and all the previous Nuno. They are free from all that shackles of negative energy. So I think that's helping them. But also you can see the attacking football is paying off for them. They are on the front foot. They are on the front foot. I think that they will do well this season. I just think their depth, they don't have enough depth. And they should be worried, because they did struggle. 11v10, they struggled. And when it was 11v9, they hardly created any chances. And it's tough, because Liverpool had we parked the bus at that stage, so it was tough. But yeah, I see them doing well. I see them going. I just think they need to recruit better, because if Son is injured, I don't see who's going to score for them. There's nobody scoring goals for them.
Right. Let me take some comments. But let me introduce Benny as well. Our, man said anti-everything bully. Wait.
Shots fired already.
First of all, Benny, welcome. We are very happy. We are very happy that you're here.
I don't know about happy, but I'm glad to be here.
I'm happy. I'm happy that you're here. I'm
happy too.
And Benny is our resident CPPO. The chief Potter out officer, CPO. Sorry, And now that Potter has been out, well, let's see what he'll blame it next again.
It will be CPBO now.
I'm introducing you, my brother. Now I'm introducing you.
Your introduction is wrong now. What the hell? No. I was never CPP, never CPO, or however you said it. I've always been CBOO. I've never really blamed Potter directly. It was always about the guy above him.
Got it.
Never about Potter.
Okay.
True. He has always been consistent.
Thank you for being consistent. Let me take some comments real quick. Man says, Facebook user says, thank you guys for doing this. Facebook user, we appreciate your appreciation. If you are commenting from Facebook, please put your name next to the comments. That way we know who you are. And if we need to troll you, we can troll you appropriately if we know what clip. And also, I'm going to post the link into the chat in a bit, so you'll be able to call in, guys. Prince White goes, today is going to be a good man. Prince White, I actually don't like this guy. I don't know if you think I'm joking, but I actually don't like him. Facebook says, make an arrest, Jare. And then he goes, how many of us reacted? Stop generalizing our guy.
I said some. I didn't say all. I said some.
He did, exactly. If you want to cry, just cry and don't use us as content. I was totally against the VAR even before they came to apologize. And then
put your name, please. Put your name.
Facebook user, I beg, put your name so that we know, so we know who you are. Facebook user goes, Tommy, I also got a red card for nonsense. We all moved on to we are happy that you are here. Yes, Benny, that's directly to you. Because everyone will collect group that.
L squad.
No, Benny, you know that you are going to join this therapy session come the end of the season. When your captain does not lift his armpits, I'm telling you right now, you are going to join this therapy group.
Man should worry about lifting his legs in the clinic right now. Every time he's in the clinic.
Yeah, he's still injured. Yeah, Rhys James.
It's still Actually, you should be asking. It's going to be rare if you see him not injured. It's rare.
Oh my God!
And I don't know. Let me just calm down. Let me calm down.
Okay.
See, my guy is boiling already.
We'll get there.
I just we just posted the link. If anybody wants to call in, please go ahead and call in. Benny, we're gonna go to you, right? We're gonna go to you, and bro, just What if you're the ER doctor right now? Okay.
Okay.
And you've rushed Chelsea to the emergency room. Right.
Okay.
Chelsea is bleeding out.
Mm.
Please diagnose Chelsea's disease.
Disease. You know,
diabetes from too much sugar from sugar daddy.
Guys,
No,
I just sent the link. I just sent the link. Go ahead.
Quite. I think so. Using your analogy of the ER, unfortunately, the solution would kill the patient. The solution right now is impossible right now because the solution is the head. The head is the source of all the issues. Let's cut the head off. It makes no sense. It'll kill the patient.
So your solution is to cut the head off?
No solution in this case would be to force this kid, this patient, into a kind of long coma, to where eventually the disease in the head will leave the head, and then you can salvage the body. Right now, we have a problem of a clueless owner, and I've been consistent about this. And every time, like fellow Chelsea fans, I've become like the hated Chelsea fan in most of my Chelsea groups. I mean, like several Chelsea groups. And relax, I'm not relax. I know that's whatever. But because I try to bring reason, and I try to bring like, let's be pragmatic about certain things. Let's be very realistic about certain things. When we started spending 1 billion, where I knew, first of all, let's ignore summer last year, when they bought Sterling and Koulibaly and all that. I was like, you know what, whatever, let them splash money. That's fine. I don't have to judge whatever. But when he bought Enzo for 120 million, and he was the only person bidding at the time, I don't say Wala Day. There's Wala here. Only person bidding at the time, and he overpaid for Enzo, who is a good player. Don't get me wrong. Enzo at 21, good player, has a lot of potential. He did well at the World Cup, great player, but not 120 million worth of player. All right, maybe overpaid for Enzo, but then there's talent there. And then came all the splashing of money left and right, and he sold every single experienced player we had. Every single experienced player. Now you say, okay, you want to build for the future, and the argument became, his the project manager, not project manager, he's building for the future and everything. Bear in mind, I'm not talking about the coaches yet. That's another different issue. The coaching changes and all that. I'm not even going to touch that at all. He's building for the future, but then you say we're going to only go for players that are under 25. Okay. So when all these guys got relegated, and I started talking to my group, what about Ward-Prowse or all these small midfielders that can come in and show up the place while we rebuild? No players under 25. So was
that
like official Chelsea policy?
That is the policy. If you notice, we're going for players less than 25, less than 25. So we started going for Caicedo. Caicedo became like, this is a marquee signing for the summer. And that thing dragged all the way from before the start of the transfer period to after almost the end of the transfer period. And that price just kept going up and up and up and up and up.
Thanks to Liverpool. Thanks to Liverpool.
Liverpool only came in at close to the end.
Last minute, but the price went up again because of Liverpool.
So before Liverpool, don't give yourself too much credit. Liverpool, don't give yourself too much credit. We did that all by ourselves, driving the price all to the very end, and then Liverpool came and said, okay, let's just add some Jara on top, and they pushed that price up. And then out of all, the only thing I can think of is just hubris or some kind of like ego, whatever. Liverpool did this, so we're going to punish them by buying the other option that they don't.
Lavia. That you didn't even need.
That we do not need. If everybody's fit right now, Lavia does not start.
It does not even get on the bench.
I'm actually glad Dada is joining right now, because Dada is on the other side of the spectrum.
This is why I'm here.
This is Netflix for us.
This is why I'm here.
If everybody's fit, Lavia does not start. We have Caicedo, we have Enzo. If Nkuku is fit, Nkuku is playing the 10 right there. Where is Lavia going to? And then you go and splash $78 million on him? For what? All because you want to get one off over Liverpool. Look at Liverpool now. Until the boneheaded decisions of the rest yesterday, they haven't lost since that draw. So when Chelsea fans are, oh my God, we did right because we drew with Liverpool. We tell Liverpool that first game. I was like, it spoke more about Liverpool's situation than ours. We're not ready. Liverpool was just not ready at that time. Look at us now. We overachieved and they underachieved at that time. Look at us now. Fulham tomorrow. any Chelsea fan can come and say, "Oh, for sure, I'm going to beat Fulham because we beat Brighton." Brighton that they're testing European football and several competitions for the first time in a long time. Obviously, they're going to be stretched out. And look at what they did against Aston Villa. Like they are having a just overwhelming schedule right now, and that's why we beat them. Even in that game, anybody that watched that game knows, oh my God, we escaped. We escaped from that game. And for Chelsea,
you mean the Brighton game you guys won?
The Brighton win, we escaped because they had clear chances. João Pedro, if he was any, and Fati, just part of my French, is just like, okay, I'm not going to say any French right there. They just laid an egg. They had chances that they could have buried us. João Pedro there destroying. Cucurella had a good, if not for Cucurella having a good game, see our lives. Cucurella of all people had a great game. In my opinion, was okay, maybe not man of the match, but Sanchez was also a man of the match again, saving us from. Oh my God! Chelsea have become something so ridiculous, and again, I tried to think about it. Like, okay, why is it this way? Like, why did Bully come in here? And I say Bully every time, but he's also the face of the ownership right now, clearly, and everything.
Right.
Why did they come in here and approach this the way they did? Do they not have advisors? Do they not have people that tell them, look, sports in the US is not the same as sports outside the US. Sporting in the US, if you do badly, we're thanking for the season. Next year, fans will come back again as we are hopeful, we can get players, we'll draft everything. Here, if you do not do well, not only is relegation a threat, not saying just to get relegated is still a long ways out for that. We have the talent.
That's not gonna happen.
Not just that, there are ramifications in terms of like TV money. There are ramifications in terms of like you don't go into like all these Champions League and everything. You don't get that kind of revenues. You don't get that kind of exposure. Your merchandise takes a hit. Like selling merchandise and everything takes a hit everywhere else. Now the core fanhood in England, in that Fulham Road area, the London area, whatever, that stays. But where you're getting the money is not from there. It's from outside. People that are waiting to see what you're doing. Like if you do well, you get more fans. Like in Nigeria, Chelsea fans. How many Chelsea fans in Nigeria profess, oh, I'm a Chelsea fan, Everybody quiet now. Who is buying? We are mellow right now. Nobody's. I haven't bought my this year. I haven't bought my. Look at me. I'm here in a regular plain T-shirt. Normally, I'm here like a Chelsea whatever.
I was going to ask about that. I was going to ask about that, Benny. Benny, they say the lion in the Chelsea logo ran away. Did your shirt run away too?
My shirt ran away. If I enter there now, even I want to pull the shirt from the rack, the shirt to say no, don't touch me. Touch me. That's how bad it's been. So you look at that, there are serious ramifications for not doing well in the short term. You can't just take both eyes and say we're going long term, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to build a team for the future. First of all, if you don't have experience in the squad, your young players will not develop properly. You need experience around you. You need like those big men. Like you look around, you 21-year-old, you see all these like big players in the middle. Like, oh, this guy's achieved a lot. I can learn from him and I'll elevate my game. But if Enzo happens to be the best player on your team and he's 21 years old, how are the other players going to improve? How?
And Benny, just to add to your point, when you say you can't always look long term, I mean, you need players that can win now. I look at Manchester, and I'm not. This is not about Manchester United. I'm just trying to personalize it to my own team. The reason why Rashford is, the way Rashford is because Rashford did not have real mentors when it was coming up at Manchester United, and that's what I see Chelsea is going to look like in the next 6-7 years. All these players that you're breeding for the future, they have nobody to look up to right now.
Exactly. You pick very early. You pick super early. Like a lot of these guys will pick early. And we haven't even talked about the injury profile of these players that he's buying. So let me even stop. The injury profile of those players is just laughable. Nkuku is going to be our best player.
Ones he bought?
The ones he bought.
Okay.
Nkuku is going to be our best player. Nkuku has serious injury issues. Like, let's not even joke about that. He has injury history. Not as bad as Fofana. Fofana that we went to buy. Wesley Fofana, not the Dacho Fofana we loaned out again. Wesley Fofana that I want to buy.
So you have two Fofanas.
We have two Fofanas. You didn't even know that. I bet you didn't know that.
Now two Fofana. I didn't know that. Seriously, I didn't know that.
Wait. Wesley Fofana from Leicester City. That's the one you guys have.
That's one we have right now, and it's on IR.
They have another one too.
I don't know if was it even loaned out now or is it still there? Maybe it was loaned out or sold outright. I don't know. But we had another David Dacho Fofana.
Oh, that guy.
We didn't even play him when we were losing strikers left and right. We didn't play him. Now, if there are future ramifications, like present ramifications, and like the future you're looking at is not clear anymore if you don't take care of the present. Now people say, okay, trust the process. I'm sorry, that's not the thing that works for football in the EPL. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. Trust the process. If you do not take care of right now, there won't be a future. Players, the top player, because you need top dogs to come and play for you. If you're not in Champions League football, what kind of and we're talking about Osimhen, the whole Napoli Osimhen saga. Osimhen should come to Chelsea because he's a Chelsea fan. Osimhen, if he's half smart, which I know he's very smart, if he's half smart, he's not going to look at Chelsea as Chelsea is languishing at 14th place right now. There's no chance of Champions League football. I will now take my own talent and go to Chelsea to come and do what? When it's not like my village people are his village people they're not that strong. Even if people do that's too much. That's too much. We can't take you to that.
Benny, calm down, small. Let me read comments. They're flying in, bro. They're flying in.
Introduce Donda now. Please let's hear Donda.
Henry said, "Let them splash the cash, Jare. Splash FC."
1 billion FC.
Buy the whole EPL under 25. Under 25. I don't know who this is giving me hard eyes. I think this is Chidi Ebere. And if it is you, thunder fire you.
Or Linger. It might be Scout's Queen.
It might be Scout's Queen. Oh yeah. It might be Scout's Queen. Ayo says, I'm sure that has his 23-24 jersey. Is Mr. Chelsea. Now that they do the financial books of Chelsea. I thought it was Benny. I thought it was Benny before. Now that they do.
Dada is cooking the books. I'm not auditing it.
Dada is the one cooking the books.
He's cooking the books. I'm not auditing it.
Dada, they've got his own jersey. Fofana striker and Fofana defender. Fofana FC. One said Asake FC. Not to release them. Chelsea be like, they never see me. It's studio. Yeah, it is studio.
It's nothing.
So Dada, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Please, let's get your opinion on how how has it become this bad?
First of all, I think that question is flawed because look,
it's not bad. It's not bad at all.
It's not bad. Why is it so good?
No. I think we need to step back here and ask a key question. Is one, Chelsea's result is not reflective of its performance, right? Like where we are at the table is not reflective of how well the team has played. And the reason why you know this is if you look at Chelsea last season, when we're winning under Potter, our result, the first 5 games that Potter won, most of those games we didn't deserve to win, right? Most of the games that we've lost right now as Chelsea, the way we're playing under Pochettino, we didn't deserve to lose, right? You start off with the West Ham game. You look at the Bournemouth game. You look at the Villa game, and then those were games where Chelsea had higher SG than the opponents, right? Defensively, no, let me land now, guy. Guys laugh now. Let me land, right? Defensively, Chelsea has probably one of the better defensive records in the league. Our problem has always been in front of goal, right? So it's one thing to say, oh, you know what, Chelsea is playing badly and they're losing. There's another thing to say, okay, you know what, Chelsea are actually lagging behind their results. Like our results shows that, hey, you know what, we should have at least won 2 or 3 out of those games, right? But it is what it is. So that's the first point. And just to counter some of Benny's points around Todd Bowley and the rest of them, look, at the end of the day, these are folks who they're not dumb. They're business savvy. They know what they're doing. They've made some mistakes, right? And time will tell whether if what they're doing is going to work or not. But to your point, you're saying, oh, you know what, Arsenal. I mean, you're saying like, oh, you can't win a team with young players. Correct me if I'm wrong. The Arsenal last season, I don't think they had any outright senior player on their team.
They didn't win though.
No. I'm not saying whether they won or not, but like, did Arsenal have Did Arsenal have a senior veteran player on their team last season?
Shaka.
Zinchenko.
Okay, maybe one or two, right?
Jorginho.
You also say, oh, you know what? Don't trust the process. This doesn't work in EPL. The product that you see from certain teams like, Brighton, Arsenal, Liverpool, is as a result of a process, right? That process started under Brendan Rodgers, right? And Klopp came in and perfected it, right? Same thing with Arsenal. That's a 3-year project or a 4-year project. I remember vividly 3 seasons ago or 2 seasons ago when they interviewed what was that their sporting director that's working at the Ratata? Is it Edu?
In Arsenal?
Yeah, Arsenal, yeah.
Yeah, Edu was
I
there.
remember when they interviewed him and they were asking him, "Oh, look, you guys got rid of Aubameyang, you guys got rid of Ozil. What are you all doing? You have all these young players." And I'll try to dig that video up. The guys like, "Man, we have a plan. It's not really showing the results that we want right now, but trust us. We'll put in this plan in place and it's going to make sense." So oftentimes when you have a football club or you're running anything where you have a plan that you stick to plays and you're not getting the results, everyone calls you, "Oh, you know what, man? These folks don't know what they're doing," right? Then if it works, you're a genius. If it doesn't, you're an idiot. And we're looking at an Arsenal team right now. Still going back to Arsenal because they're a better example, more recent example of this. Right now, everyone is looking at Arsenal, but if Arsenal had fired Arteta when they were 12th and struggling, even in spite of them winning the FA Cup, right? Mm-hmm. What you see from Arsenal is not what you're going to be seeing today. So having said that, I'm not going to come here and bash the entire club or, let opposing fans take jabs at the club because that's not what I'm going to do as a fan. All I'm saying is when you have new ownership, these things just take time. I mean, it is what it is. It just takes time, right? And also, too, you can clearly see what the club or the owners are trying to do. And some of it, I'll meet with Benny. Some of it just is unorthodox. But the issue with Chelsea actually did not start with Todd Bowley, and that's one thing I've been trying to point out to a lot of Chelsea fans. Prior to us winning Champions League under Tuchel, Chelsea has underperformed severely in the league for a very long time. I cannot remember the last time as a Chelsea fan that we actually competed in the league where we pushed City the way Liverpool did or the way Arsenal did. We were never close to winning the league. And the true test of a well-run club is your league performance, not Champions League. Because Champions League is a knockout competition. If you're trying to test where you are as a club, go look at your league performance. And Chelsea has lagged behind league performance. And in terms of buying ridiculous, useless players, we've been doing that for the past decade. Chelsea bought Drinkwater, we bought Babayako. We had all these players on our payroll.
Even Baba Rahman.
We bought Baba Rahman. Like, we had all these useless players on our payroll that served no purpose. We had a huge wage bill, right? So when you're a new owner, you can't keep going on with that strategy, right? You have to almost reinvent the wheel. And that's what these folks are doing. To Benny's point, they got rid of all these old players. They didn't get any new ones. But look, I think they're enough for you to reduce your wage bill. This is what you have to do. So it's a two-part problem. One, they inherited an historical problem from Roman Abramovich that they are fixing. They're new to a system, and they're just trying to find a way to make it work. So next year or in 2 seasons from now, should they flutter? Then, yeah, for sure. Be like, you know what? Data was wrong. Todd Bowley and the rest, they were the worst things that ever happened to Chelsea. But personally, I just feel like where we stand right now, we've made progress from where we started. Whether this is a bad strategy or not, only time will tell. But I just feel like it's too early to draw these conclusions. It's too early to want to throw the baby out with the bad water. And just having this whole, you know what I'm saying, you have a lot of these Chelsea fans, Blaine included, we just have this whole negative mindset that, man, you know what, Roman or nothing. But at the end of the day, man, Roman is out. Like, Tuchel or nothing. At the end of the day, Tuchel is out. So we gotta be forward looking as fans. Lastly, too, if you look at, I don't think Chelsea has an owner problem. And what I mean by that is United, I think, have an owner problem because you have an owner that they've already made their own economic returns, right? Whatever happens with United or not right now, the Glazers, they don't have a lot of skin in the game. You look at Liverpool, your owners have some skin in the game. Arsenal, they have skin in the game. Chelsea, we have their owners have a lot of skin.
Skin in the game, yeah.
So Benny can sit here and say, "Oh, you know what? Those guys don't care." Actually, they do care because they have a lot of money riding on this. And no, but let me know, they do have a lot of money riding on this. So it's like if you give it time, let's see how they perform, right? Because at the end of the day, they bought this club at a fire sale. They bought this club till today. One thing, as good as Roman was, one thing that I'm a bit disappointed is Chelsea did not have a succession planning for when the British government came, and that still shocked me to today. Like, how can you be a billionaire? You own the club. You knew there was going to be a day that the world and England were going to come for you. And I'm sorry.
I don't know. I think that's putting a bit. Sorry, continue. But I think that's
no.
Nobody would have predicted the Ukrainian war.
No,
that's a stretch, man.
Not predicted. But here's the thing, though. The British government sanctioned Roma even prior to the whole Ukraine thing. It couldn't enter the country. Yes or no?
That's true.
That's true.
Mm-hmm, yeah,
Second of all, mention any organization where they don't have a succession plan.
Manchester United.
Yeah, but Manchester United does not have a succession plan because your owners don't have skin in the game. Right? And even nonetheless, Manchester United, should they want to sell Manchester United right now, they have an idea of who the bidders will be. We sold Chelsea in 100 days. Like, everybody always forget that. How can you sell $1 billion company? Okay, you buy residential property. Can you close the house in 10 days?
Oh, hell no.
That's the equivalent of what Chelsea did. We sold the entire club in 90 days, and you were
they were forced to, though.
I'm sorry?
The government forced them to. It's not like they wanted to do that.
No, exactly. Whether the government forced you to or not, at the end of the day, it's not the preferred method of selling the club. Right? So it's like we've had all these historical problems that's been there. We've had all these cracks. No one ever talks about it. And then when the cracks are manifested, now everybody's like, oh, well, look at this, look at that. And then we can't compare ourselves to Man City. We can't compare ourselves to Liverpool. We can't compare ourselves to Arsenal. Liverpool is a well-oiled machine. Klopp has shown time and time over that he has a fantastic team. And that's why when Liverpool are 9 men down, 10 men down, they know how to make it work because they've run numerous drills. True. Chelsea sometimes, there was a point in last season where some players were probably even meeting each other for the first time. I'm very, very sure if we ask a lot of Chelsea players, their team members' middle name, they don't even know.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm serious.
Yeah, I heard Chelsea players are lapping each other in the dressing room.
No space.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah. No. But Benny, I know
the team is new. The team is young. This will take time, and to just expect the level. I can understand if you're in Man City and you're dropping down. Man, Chelsea, we've kind of had these issues for a long time, and it's going to take time. So, I mean, that's just my own take on it. I know it's a bit too. Maybe it's naive of me, but as a fan, all you can do is be naive and optimistic. I don't think it's as doom and gloom as some other fans are making it out to be. That's just my view.
Benny, before you respond, let me read out some comments. Arsenal fans, them man are active in the comments.
Of course, we know.
Joanna says that I show your face. No. We're just happy that is here. We don't need to see his face. They joke. You go explain that I have no evidence. This prince said, "Why? I swear to God." Say now, look at Modric. I don't know what that means. Play better, FC. The Arsenal team integrated. Ayo says nobody deserves to win any game. True. Teams can also consistently underperform their XG.
I was going to just say that. People below us are underperforming their XG too. It's not like we're the only ones.
Yeah. Joanna says, looks like Chelsea is copying us the way this man is speaking. Prince White goes, all of a sudden, we don't turn to inspired by. When I say it, it's rubbish. When the geologist says it, says it with English, it's acceptable. This is discrimination, and I won't take it. Prince White, that's because you're not Gero. Joanna goes, Joanna is hugging you, Dada. He's giving you hugs.
Sorry. Maybe I should turn on my camera for this, and maybe Arsenal fans should listen very, very clearly.
Please, thank you. Give it to them.
And I don't want them to get it twisted.
Dada, let me finish it.
Give it to them, Dada.
No. They'll comment again. I don't want them to get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted. A billionaire, right, taking first class. No means say me and you we did the same category. This is just a tip on the road. No, I'm just saying, like if I leave my Gulfstream, if I leave my Gulfstream for airport and I take first class and you see me and you for plane, no means say we did the same category. So should not should not, in their wildest dream,
that's what you're saying. Some people enter first class with cash. Some people use points.
Exactly. They did what you call it? What's that thing called? Economic plus.
Comfort plus.
You understand? They are shouting like
it's like
y'all boys didn't win the league. Y'all boys didn't win Champions League. This is just
Don't fire.
I can bet anything they're not winning the league this season. So
well, everybody knows that. Everybody knows that.
No. But it's the thing though. They forgot.
They keep forgetting.
You need to like remind them.
They keep forgetting.
You show your title.
20 years, no title. 20 years, no league title.
That's why I don't really like using Arsenal as a yardstick.
No, guy, Benny,
look at them, they haven't done anything.
Benny,
you know, it's the fact that we start to look like them that I'm getting mad.
No, Benny. Let me tell you why I did that. Sometimes you see people trying to come up, you want to encourage them, let them feel like, you know what, they are part of the crew. You get what I'm saying? That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah,
but they need to be taking. They need to calm down. So they need to be calming down.
Benny, while you're responding to to Dada's points, I want you to also think about this question from because you both never actually addressed this point. What has led to your bad start despite your seemingly really easy schedule? But let me finish reading these comments. The same thing we've been saying for years. This man is now speaking like it's different. Enjoy this man. Oh, and that's Joanna's. That's Joanna's comments. Enjoy your shots fired. Joanna, I'm telling you right now, I joined the Chelsea fans in saying that you are not going to see your captain's armpits this year. Bro, you are not going to win the Premier League. You are not going to win the Champions League. You are not going to win the Europa League. You are not going to win the Carabao Cup. You are not going to win the FA Cup.
Okay.
Benny, go ahead.
So, just to answer your question, I think in terms of, and a lot of things that, so here's the thing. We all have opinions. These are all our opinions. Obviously, we're on two different sides of the spectrum in terms of where I think the ownership is doing what they're doing right or what they're doing wrong, and that is on the other side of it. And he's more of a, let's just wait and see, and more of a, look, I can already foresee what's going to happen. It's not going to be good. So we're on different sides of the spectrum. We both obviously agree that Arsenal is still trash, and they can have their own whatever. And they need to be humble. They need to sit down and be humble right now. If Chelsea is talking, they should be humble. Matter of fact, because of what Arsenal has done and what they haven't, like their achievements, or the lack thereof of achievements, is why I'm complaining that we're starting to look like them, and I don't want us to look like them. And that's part of why I'm complaining. Anyway, going back to your point, and a lot of Chelsea fans talk about XG and expected goals and expected goals against. Right now, we're actually outperforming the goals we expected to concede. So we're outperforming that. But they won't bring that up. They won't bring up the fact that, look,
well, that means you guys are defending well? Is that what you're saying?
We're defending. That's what we're defending well. Goals against itself, yeah. So technically, we should be going, if we're supposed to be at that level, then we should be lower than where we are right now. All the teams below us,
I see what you're saying.
All the teams below us they're underperforming their expected goals scored. So we can't be looking at that. Honestly, that's kind of what shows you a team is good. They're expected to score a certain number of goals, but somehow they eke out a performance. That's that's more than that. We don't have a striker. Yes, we can go back.
That's
to don't have a
the
striker
main thing.
But we knew this. That's my point, and this is why I talk about ownership. You knew you don't have a striker, and the whole period you were so fixated on a midfielder that when I came out here, I was talking to I think it was AY that was here. And I was talking about Caicedo this, Caicedo that you were here too. And I said, like, look, I don't really Caicedo whatever. That's whatever. We have a striking issue right now, and we just sat here and babied this whole transfer saga. Oh, Caicedo, we want Caicedo, and that's the only guy we're going to go for. When it was very glaring to everybody and their grandmas that we need a striker, a proper striker. And then they bought Nicholas Jackson, who, for what he is, he's not outperforming. He's doing what I expected he would do. He's going to be like a hustler. He's going to try. He's going to get a goal there and here. And then we saw preseason, he's the Drogba reborn.
Yes,
Drogba reborn for where? Like, we need a proper striker, and we knew this ahead of time. And that's why I still blame ownership a lot, because we knew this. And I'm sure, and I don't know if, obviously I have no way of confirming this, but I'm certain when Pochettino came in, because he's not a dumbass, he saw that, okay, there's a striker need here. But I don't know how much effect, like how much influence he has on our transfer policy. I don't think he has a lot there. So,
he has some,
again, he has some, but not enough. not enough. Because I don't think he would ever sanction that move for Lavia. I don't. And maybe I'm giving him too much credit. I don't think we would ever sanction like, hey, we need another similar profile midfielder than the one we just overpaid for. Let's go and overpay for another one to come and sit on the bench for us. Right now, he's not even on the bench. My guy is in this clinic, sick bay, chilling with James and Chilwell, who are perpetual residents.
Chilwell is injured again.
Man said,
yeah, Chilwell is out injured.
He's out again now.
Wait, who's out again?
Chilwell, Ben Chilwell,
captain and vice captain are out.
This man is just chilling in the hospital.
They are always in the sick bay, and like your best. No matter how great you are, if you are never available, then I'm sorry, you are not that great. Like I've kind of changed my tune on Rich James since last year, and Chelsea fans this guy, you just hate Rich James. I'm like, nah, man, this dude ain't available. Like we don't even miss him that much. Malo Gusto is doing well there. We don't miss him there, and I know I'm talking all over the place right now. My point is like our transfer policies, our transfer strategy has put us in this predicament right now. We knew what we needed, and we didn't go to find the solution to that. We needed a striker. Yeah. We spent $1 billion
exactly,
and we didn't get a striker. We got rid of the experience, the kind of spine that we know. You know the kind of experience. There's sometimes when I don't know if you guys have played at all, but there's some, and I play amateur or whatever. But there's some certain games that are like strong games. We always say it in Nigeria, game tie rapper. Nothing is budging, nothing is moving, or you're peppering the other team, but you can't score. And it's in those moments that you need experience, like some kind of like crazy players that have been in this game, like the OGs, to show okay, this game is not going the way we should play. Maybe the crosses are not hitting right. They will do that extra thing, and it's hard to like quantify it, or it's hard to describe it. It's just extra quality they have. To eke out results when there are no results. When it just seems like you are just knocking on the door and the door won't open, they will find a way to enter through a crevice there and get that result out of it. That's why you need experience, and that's why I keep decrying the fact that these guys just got rid of all the experience in under 1 year.
But who could you have to keep though? When that transfer window, mentioned 3 players that you felt like, man, if we had kept those players, would be better off than where we are now.
That's a good question. Go ahead, Ben.
That's a good question. All right, we're better than where we are. Let's look at midfield, for instance. We've had multiple games with our new captain, our de facto captain right now. You know who that is? Gallagher. I'm sorry.
No, just mention the names. Mention the names.
I'm going to Kovacic is number one. In my opinion, you don't sell.
You should have kept him. I was going there.
Kovacic. Where is Kovacic doing in Man City right now? Sell him outside the country. Sell him away from anything you have right there. Right?
But transfers doesn't work. It doesn't work like that too, guys. You know this.
My guy, I'm sure you can.
Levy did it to Hurricane though. He did the Hurricane.
But it was selling
money. They came to Man City and they didn't sell to Man City.
But here's the thing. On now. So there are 2 angles to player transfer. There's one is money to the club, and also to respecting what the player wants, right? Oftentimes, when you have a player that you feel like, man, this player has served your club well, you have a duty to do what they want. You get what I'm saying? So, for example, in the Kovacic probably came to Chelsea and said, look, you guys are maybe buying Wonder Kovacic, for example, I don't know, but City match your offer. So economically, Chelsea is made whole. So Kovacic now said, but I want to go to City. Chelsea has to honor that. You get what I'm saying? So people are often mistaken. We think, oh, you know what? We have to do, you have to sell a player to any club. No, there's a duty there. And sometimes it's often penned in the contract where the player says, as long as you're economically whole, right, I should have a say on the club I want to go to.
That makes sense.
I don't know how much you can blame Chelsea for that.
Two more players, Benny.
It's the same duty, and I'm not talking about. Let's ignore impact right now. But is that the same duty we had for Mason Mount when we sold the academy player straight to Manchester United?
Is that your second player?
No, that's not second player. That's not a second player. It's just questioning.
So who's your second player?
His question is that's question of
no.
right now about
Hurricane and whatever. Then
Hurricane and wait now. Let me finish. I'm talking. He's questioning the duty of your Hurricane, not Hurricane analogy. Your Kovacic analogy of he can go to a team that he wants or whatever. That doesn't work in this case, in my opinion. Anyway, second player. You say you wanted players. I'll give you second player. What is Kepa doing outside on loan right now? Now I'm not. Sanchez has done well.
Kepa is the reason of where we are.
I'm not.
Wait.
Kepa. Really? I need you. Let me finish. That's the thing. You didn't let me ever finish my point. Okay, you don't want Kepa. I won't give you Kepa. That's fine. You can take Kepa out of the situation right now. Now, I will say this. I don't believe, and Man United, you guys say whatever you want. Say whatever you want about Mount. I don't believe that you throw away a Mount. Someone that's like been at the club for however long it's been.
These are sentimental.
He was 7 years old or something.
What I'm asking, that's sentimental. What I'm asking is this: what player did we sell? Do you feel like we had kept would be better off? You said Kovacic. I'm not even going to argue that as much. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll let you have that. But then you can't even mention 2 more players.
I don't want to start mentioning the Kantes and the whatever now because you start saying, Kante is injured.
Another thing that
Kante is always injured, and we have to buy Nkunku. Hasn't played the game. He has all these guys that. But let's not talk about injury right now. Let's talk about injury.
What's Kante's wages?
Okay, now you're talking about wages. Okay, now you're talking about wages. Now, are we talking about wages? And if we can talk about the 8-year contract you're talking about for players that might not even pan out, then we're talking about Koulibaly. Now you say Koulibaly is bad or whatever. Koulibaly is still out there.
What did Koulibaly do? Koulibaly that was losing area threats. How you gonna be a tall ass Senegalese man losing aerial threats?
Who plays centre back for us last
game? Be real.
Who plays centre back for us this last game? Who plays centre back this last game?
No, let's be real.
As a neutral, I could just quickly pop in just a couple of minutes. As a neutral, as a couple of minutes. Because I remember when this Bowley discussion was taking place months ago, and I agreed with that because I was like, I could see what Dada was saying, that these guys, they know what they're doing. And at that point, it seemed more likely that they seemed to know what they were doing. Why I have digressed, why I've moved away from that line of thought is, number one, I do agree with not getting rid of all your experienced players. I know, okay, there are some factors you have to consider. There are some of them I want to go. But there's one thing where, even for Liverpool, we kept James Milner up to age 36 or even 37. We're giving him a year contract extra, even though we knew he was not going to play all the time. You need old heads around your squad. Even now that we've gotten rid of some of those old heads, we still brought in a 30-year-old midfielder. We brought in a 30-year-old midfielder from Japan. He's the Japanese captain. Endo, you need old heads around to just, and that's why I agree with Benny that sometimes you need old heads around to show some of these younger players.
You're paying a lot of wages too, though.
No, but that's the thing. When they get older, you negotiate downwards because some of them, they want to stay with a bigger club like Chelsea. Like even for Milner, when we're extending his contract, it's not that we're bumping up the salary. We're not bumping up his salary. You know, at a stage, you sign a 1-year contract extension, your wages start dropping because when you start entering 35, 36, your negotiating power drops because how many teams are going to be competitive like Liverpool or Chelsea? You know, so it's not necessarily that, because you're extending their contract, you're going to be giving them higher wages. At a stage, their wages start dropping. So you try to keep 1 or 2 of them around. Even up to now, Klopp was saying he wanted to keep Henderson. He wanted to keep Henderson only because at the end of the day, Henderson said, I can't be guaranteed 90 minutes at Liverpool. Allegedly. That's one of the reasons he went to Saudi Arabia. We know it's about the money. He went to Saudi Arabia for the money. But he's saying, he wanted to be guaranteed space. So Klopp wanted to keep him. And Henderson is like 33, 34, 35. You know, so that's why I started saying that, okay, you got rid of that. Okay, maybe from economic sense, like Dada says, it's good to have those young players for resale value also. It's good to have young players, and that if they work out, you can sell them, get money back on them. Yeah. But at the end of the day, in the meantime, Chelsea is still a big club. And the reason why you can make fun of Arsenal is Chelsea worldwide are still recognized as a big club who deliver titles. Yeah. You cannot now say for the next 2 years, you are trying to wait on this new plan to work after spending 1 billion. I think that's where I understand the impatience of fans like Benny, who are saying that, look, we're in danger of, because in this league, standing still is dropping behind. If you're standing still for 1 season, you're saying, we're building for 1 season. Before you know it, Newcastle are gone. Newcastle are gone. Yep. Newcastle are gone. Aston Villa are gone. Brighton are gone. So you cannot stand still. So that's why I understand the impatience of fans like Benny, especially when you're spending 1 billion and you don't see the clear plan. Let me tell you, forward. That's why I always love forward players, strikers. I always fight their corner because goals can mask flaws in squads. Yep. If Chelsea had a consistent goal scorer now, you guys won't be this sad and doom and gloomy. Because if you had a consistent scorer, he'll be scoring goals to mask some of the flaws in the squad while you're still building.
The issue is last season. we're not even creating chances. So I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not even creating chances. At least this season, we're creating some chances, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of see, okay, you know what? Should Nkunku come back? Maybe in January, we get a striker. You can kind of see a path, right? Bro, last season was abysmal. Like, we were leaking goals. Chelsea was not creating anything. So for me, and I agree with your points, I agree with Benny's point that, you know, we have to do something. But I feel like it's just a matter of time. And like maybe I'm just like, generally I'm not an optimist, but I just see some progress. And I feel like it's going to click. And if it doesn't, then, man, bring me back on year. I'll eat my words at the end of the season, right? I mean, I don't get to do this.
I want to move it on to Kudos and Donkey of the week. Let me read some comments before we do that. Prince AY goes, yeah, dada, like what's popping? Just like, oh, what's popping? I like you, what's popping?
That guy says,
not a song.
No, I don't know.
That's why he will never replace him with Fagade. Fagade.
Is it quoting Jack Harlow?
I don't know.
But the guy's Canadian, so what can you expect?
I don't know. I don't know what Prince AY is on.
It's Canadian. Maybe one of his Canada people can translate for us.
Yeah, I said it's Canadian. We're going to see it. We already. Oh, you already lifted the price. Oh,
now Community Shield is a trophy now.
Yeah, Basira FC lifting plate of fries. Get out of here.
Yeah, Basira FC.
And said, "Yup, spending 1 billion without a guaranteed striker as an accepted."
Yeah.
That's true.
Yep.
That's true. Coventry. Soji goes, Benny, I beg, why are you talking around the question like they do?
Who is this guy? Who's this guy?
Soji.
I like Soji. Do you guys think Chelsea have turned the corner with the win versus Brighton? It doesn't seem like so. It does.
Which corner? There's another corner after that corner.
Okay, Kudos and Donkey of the week. Ola, go ahead. Who's your
What? Why are you asking me Donkey of the week? You already know who the Donkey of the week is.
Okay.
Don't let me start ranting about VAR and all these officials again. Don't let me start ranting about the web and his stupid apologies that don't bring back any points. Don't make me start ranting about the linesman who flagged offside, and then the VAR said, "Oh, we didn't know he was flagging for offside, and we just thought we were checking for a goal, and that's why it was quick." Don't make me rant about these stupid officials who are making money off the misery of fans like us, you know, because at the end of this day, these guys are not getting punished. They are not getting docked their wages. They're not getting docked their salary. They're just getting sat down. They're getting arrested. They'll arrest them for 1 weekend and bring them back. So don't make me rant about that. Don't make me rant about all these Arsenal fans who are coming up and saying, "Why are you guys complaining about referees?" Because they don't have the logical reasoning to see that we're not saying don't complain about refs. We're saying don't think it's a conspiracy against you guys. It's a conspiracy against all of us. That's what we're saying. Don't make me rant about that. So those are all my donkeys of the week.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're stable of donkeys, though.
Yeah, the stable of donkey. Dada, who's the donkey?
I mean, the VAR decision against Liverpool is ludicrous, but I mean, that's my obvious one. But to be honest, too, like, as long as these systems have human control, you're going to expect human error. But one thing I do not understand is, and people say this, and I don't know this for a fact, the only evidence I have for this is at the biggest stage, you rarely see EPL referees. So there might be some truth to it. I think there's a problem in the UK with referees. The EPL referees, or maybe they're not up to par, and I think that's why you don't see them internationally. And I don't know why that problem exists. Is this just like they're not training them well in the school, or there's some other reasons? Like
there's no school. There's no school.
There's no referee school. They don't take courses like a continuous program. So like
they do, but they're just not good enough.
Right?
They do. They train them. They're just not good enough. That's just it. The plain truth is they're not good enough. Yeah.
So
yeah. Benny, who's your donkey?
Since you guys have Stefan Dunn featuring Buju.
Okay, I don't.
Since you guys have kind of hit the VAR thing, left and right, the refs and all that, I have to go donkey of the week, Napoli FC.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
what
bro.
They did with Osimhen. That was
thank
my
you,
donkey
bro.
of the week. You know, I don't know if it's just the humor in Italy that's a little dry, or just the outright disregard
But,
for
but they tend
whatever?
to do it with black men, though. I'm just
That's
that
okay. So I guess it's not.
Yeah.
I was just trying to be
Exactly.
gracious there, but it's obviously not the humor. And then not just that, and then they had a certain journalist or whatever penned open letters to Osimhen and not Napoli. So you can tell it's not the humor thing there. It tends to, I think it's about the color there. And obviously they was always denied that, but if people show you who they are, believe them.
Yeah, they will. And when they show you who they are, believe them.
That's why, as much as Lukaku was a drama queen, I never one time blamed him for the way he reacted or anything that had to do with Italy, with their fans and everything, because those guys have done so much against black players that I can't really support them in anything. Even when Lukaku was clearly out of his whatever, I couldn't for the life of me hey, Lukaku's wrong here. Nah. Because I've seen what Italy does to black players over and over and over again. And to do that against a star player like Osimhen, make fun of him because he missed a penalty, and then release a video on TikTok, I'm a coconut head or whatever, and then delay the apology so long and try to make
there's no apology. Even up to now. There's no apology. They didn't really apologize.
Even if they call that a statement, an apology or whatever, it's not an apology. Yeah. It isn't. Even if we deem that an apology, to delay that statement that long, thinking they're in the right, just speaks volumes. Speaks volumes to whatever. And anybody on the chat that's trying to be hey, it's this way, Osimhen should be professional or whatever, and try to blame this guy for reacting the way he reacted and not the root cause of the problem.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
They're part of the problem too.
Colonial mentality. Exactly. Colonial mentality, essentially. Because you can't think for yourself. You just believe everything that they say is right, and you just try to blame the victim in this case, which stupid.
Yeah. My donkey is Michael Donkey is Manchester United PLC. Let's Brinson White says, go listen to Steph London, Future and Butu, what's popping, and you get the full context. Okay, all right.
You gotta give us homework.
I know. I said donkeys of the week. Chris Kavanagh for denying clear handball. Manchester United worst EPL starts. We're not talking about Manchester United today. Kudos of the week by Leverkusen TikTok handler. I didn't see what happened. Donkey, all of you on the panel. Thunder fire.
I'm actually curious to see that Bayer Leverkusen video. Let me go.
I want to go. I'm actually gonna go watch it. Kudos, Villa, and Emery. Who's your kudos? Dada, go ahead. Who do you give kudos to?
Man, you know what? It may not be a big deal, but Luton for getting the first EPL win.
Nice.
I legit thought those guys were not going to win anything, and they came through. I was going to say Wolves, but the thing about EPL is there's always this reverse
anybody can beat anybody.
Anybody can beat anybody.
Anybody can collect on any given Sunday.
So,
everybody go collect.
Kudos to Luton for getting their first win. I feel that this is a season where all three newly promoted teams can go down. But the team that will have a say-so to that is Everton. I feel like Everton deserves to get relegated.
They do.
Please, I fully support that.
Let them have the most expensive stadium in the championship.
Yes. As a Liverpool fan, I endorse this message.
Okay. Benny, who's your kudos?
Kudos of the week. Honestly, I would have to say I'll go with Wolves. Yeah, I'll go with Wolves. I was very, very certain they would lose. I was very certain, and I'm just and I'm sure all the betting agencies will go with them too, because they made bank on that.
Yeah.
I was certain they would lose, and for some reason, the last couple of years when they would lose when City would lose against Wolves, but they had Traore and Jimenez to destroy their back line. Traore running with his baby oil skin and everything, just blazing through their back. And somehow they got a win out of this. No, it was impressive to me. So I'll say Wolves in this case.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll go with Ollie Watkins. I wanted to give it to Villa. I see how you already gave them kudos of the week. I think Ollie Watkins is slept on. I think he's not maybe in the elite, but he's getting there. Elite level of striker. He runs the channels. He's very efficient with his finishing. He linked up play, and his hat trick. He got a hat trick against Brighton. And I think this season, I think they said after Ireland, Watson is the second highest scorer. I mean, in all competitions, because he already scored another hat-trick.
Even Ireland, that old guy. Oh wow.
Okay. Oh, Ireland. Sorry, after Ireland.
Okay.
Yeah. In England, after Ireland.
Steven Ireland. For where?
I was like,
from
Steven Ireland. Leave.
From where to where? Yeah. I haven't heard that guy's name in a long time.
Steven Ireland, who used to play for Ireland, it's just crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, no. But Watkins, I think, deserves more respect. It's not just the goals, like it's one of those kind of forwards that you can't. He's always in the game. He doesn't have a quiet game. If it's not scoring, he's setting up goals, bringing linking play. So yeah, I think I'll give him my kudos of the week, not just because of the hat-trick anyway, but I just think he's approaching elite status. Yeah.
All right, well, gentlemen, thank you for coming on today. The Netflix session was good. Ola, I hope you enjoyed the show.
For sure.
No, but guys in the comments, appreciate you for joining us. Prince AY, Ayo, Chidi, thanks, and Joanna as well. Scouse Queen. Appreciate you guys for joining us in the comments, and we will be back next week. I don't know who's going to host. I know it ain't gonna be me. But peace out, guys. Have a good week. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
See you guys.